When I came to Denmark, I was told that it's going to be very difficult to find a place to rent. That's not true. Let me show you why. Good afternoon, everybody. How are you today? I hope you're doing great. When I came to Denmark, I was told that to find an apartment in an acceptable price, with an acceptable place, with acceptable terms, is going to be very difficult. And that probably was true 2 or 3 years ago, but it wasn't true anymore when we moved, because the market has changed a lot. During coronavirus, a lot of construction projects have been put on hold. So that resulted in the supply not living up to the demand. So there was a shortage of good places to rent, and the prices and conditions, they went up. But after coronavirus has stopped, a lot of these construction projects have accelerated, they've been finished, and the terms have been better since then. They used to ask for 6 months of deposit, and rent is pretty expensive in Denmark. Plus you have to pay 6 months in deposit. It used to be a huge sum of money that you had to put down. Now when we moved in, that was only 3 months of deposit. Here in Aarhus, in Copenhagen, it could be different. People that moved in 6 months after us in the same neighborhood had to put down only 1 month of deposit. And even people moving in recently oftentimes have several months free of rent, and some landlords even give you money to buy furniture. So there has been a huge change in what the market looks like. As for price, we paid just around 1,000 euros for this 47 square meters apartment, and that seems to be on the lower side. You can get apartments for much more than that, and that's true for a relatively newly built apartment on the outskirts of Aarhus. In Copenhagen, it's going to be much more expensive, roughly 50% more than that. The rental contract in Denmark is standardized. There's a government body that puts out a template, and most of the companies that do rent apartments use the same. What you need to know is that whether or not you can have pets in the apartment is standardized per building. So all the apartments in the same building are supposed to have the same rules. And a lot of people have dogs also. I would say roughly half of the apartments, or half the people that live in these apartments, they have dogs, at least in our neighborhood. Another thing is that most apartments offered for rent in Denmark are owned by companies, and they are part of a neighborhood or an establishment. Like in our case, this place used to be just a field for agriculture. A company came in and built around 300 apartments, and they offer it for rent for people. And that's quite standard. They have these establishments or neighborhoods. You cannot buy these apartments. They are only for rent, owned by the same company, and they come with maintenance included as well as appliances included. So that's a pretty good deal as far as convenience goes. By the way, if you like this video and if you like this content, please give me a like, it helps a lot. Thank you. And now let's talk about this specific apartment. That's newly built in 2022. We are the first occupants. It is built to a pretty okay quality. We haven't really seen anything that is very annoying. We do have 2 rooms plus a kitchen / living room. And we use those 2 rooms. One is our bedroom, and the other one, this room, is the office for my wife. She's a freelancer, so she works at home. And when she's not working, I use this room to record these videos. The main room, the kitchen / living room area. The kitchen is fairly sized, but it's too small for a living area. We do have a dining table there, but we don't have any place for a couch or like a lounging area. We also have a bathroom, which is as small as it gets, and that's a quite Danish thing. They seem to have the smallest bathrooms ever. I honestly seen bigger bathrooms on sailboats, but they seem to minimize that, and that's true for even big houses. They don't like to build big bathrooms. Ours is functional. It's probably 5 square meters, not more than that. It is usable, but it's as small as it gets. In older places and older buildings, I've even seen bathrooms that are smaller than that, and that's because historically a lot of places didn't have showers in the apartment. They used to have the showers down in the basement, and the apartments only had a toilet, and people then converted that toilet area to also include a shower by keeping still the same size. So you can imagine how small and cramped those places are, but ours is a little bigger. Altogether, this place is 47 square meters, so that's Yeah, that's small. There's no workaround around that. But we knew that, and it's only meant to be a means to an end. I would rather have a sustainable cash flow when setting up in a new country. I didn't want to go overboard with my fixed expenses. But this place is a little small, and if we did the whole moving thing again, we would probably look for something that's just a little bit bigger or has a different layout so that we can have a lounging area. Now, this place comes with the appliances included, so you're renting those, you don't have to worry about them, and if they break down, there's a maintenance guy that comes and fixes them. Our experience is quite good with that. Any hiccups we had with the apartment, the maintenance guy was there either same day or the next working day, which I think is pretty good. Now, this apartment came unfurnished, so everything that you see here is from IKEA. I know that IKEA gets a bad reputation in the North Americas. I'm quite sure that the build quality is different, because here in Europe, I would go to IKEA any day, and we're very satisfied with what we get. They are affordable, they're easy to put together, and the quality is good enough, at least for our standards. Now, are there any things that we regret or that are difficult when renting in Denmark? The size of the apartment is something that I would change. If I were to do this again, I would probably choose something a little bit bigger, maybe just even by 5 square meters, or having a better layout. But other than that, the only thing that we are a little bit concerned is moving out, because that's where the companies like to make their money. So you did pay 3 months of deposit, right? Now, according to the contract, you should move out 2 weeks before the end of your lease in order to give their contractors time to refurbish the apartment. In other words, you're supposed to pay rent while you pay them to refurbish the apartment, which should be their risk and business expense anyway. What they have to do is probably they have to paint, maybe sand the floors, but that's it. These companies that rent, they like to pump up those costs and make sure that they take all your deposit. What I know is there are companies that help you negotiate with your landlord for some percentage. So anything you get back from your deposit, they take a certain percentage of that. But these companies know how to negotiate with landlords, they know the law, and they know how to make it work for you. So we're really considering to use one of those companies when we do move out. So that has been our experience renting in Denmark. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I will make sure I will answer all of you. I thank you for joining. My name is Gustav. This is Beyond Cloudbase. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.